This is TWiT.
So Android 11 Beta 1 rolled out. Despite not having an event, Google canceled their event in light of the events going on around the world. They did roll out the Android 11 Beta 1, and there are some big features that came out in this first beta. So first up, there's a dedicated media player space in the quick settings that moves out of notifications. It gives you full control over media playback, thumbs up and down. Also a new audio output selector for switching between speakers and Bluetooth devices. And let me tell you, I am so thankful for that because it's been driving me crazy that you need to switch between those devices on the volume rocker. That drives me nuts. So I'm glad to see that changed. It also has suggested apps, which replaces dock icons with smart app slots. And suggested apps get a colored circle around the icon. I don't know how I feel about that because I do love my dock icons, but I'm sure we'll get used to it. And then finally, a new power screen menu with smart home controls. This we knew was coming. We talked about this already. But smart home, if you have the smart home devices in your home, this feature becomes unlocked, and you can get more control over it within the core of the OS in that menu, in that power screen menu. So I have not got Android 11 Beta 1 because I'm on a OnePlus, but Jason, I believe you got it, right?
Yeah, both me and Flo actually have it. I'm showing it on my camera at this moment for whatever it's worth. So I'll show you real quick. I've got up here, I've got the media controls, which because I had two media, I didn't know that it did this because I have two media apps open right now. This is the Dolby On app, which I use for recording song ideas.
That's cool.
And this is YouTube Music. So I can swipe between the two. So that's kind of neat. I didn't know that you could actually do that. If you have the smaller quick settings pane, it kind of collapses down to this smaller version. The smart icons, I can show it if I do this. I'll drag my camera out of there. And now that's replaced, you can kind of see it in the corner with a YouTube Music icon dynamically. And there's like a highlight around the icon. And the idea being that that'll switch out as I use my phone for apps that Google thinks I'm going to want to use. I don't normally like those kind of features, but I don't know how you guys feel about smart app icon things.
That's the one thing I'm not excited about. I'm not excited about the smart app icons. I like having I purposely pick the ones that are in my dock icons and all that stuff. And so because I assume that those are the ones I use the most, but I will be curious to see if they get replaced by one, if the smart app suggests that maybe I'm using another app more often. Maybe I don't know myself as well as I think I do.
I have been using them exclusively on the home screen, and it took me a second to get used to them, but they're actually pretty good about knowing what I'm going for. The only annoyance is that if you want, well, I shouldn't say this is an annoyance. So actually you can pin apps to that app suggestions dock by long pressing on the app. And I need to do that with the dialer app because I noticed the dialer app goes away if I don't have it pinned in there. And there have been a couple of times when I've needed the phone. So I've had to go look for the phone app, which is completely against the whole point of what this device is, which is you're supposed to call people with it. Just a little tidbit, long press to pin. There's actually a lot of pinning abilities hidden in Android 11, which I appreciate because all of this, theorizing, we're going to suggest it for you. It's good. I understand how that's supposed to sort of evolve us in terms of the user interface, but also I would still like my phone app to just be always where I want it, which is on the very first page, in the very left side of the dock. So
yeah, and you can mix and match. So any of those 5 spots, you can decide this is dynamic, this one's not. So you could pin the phone app. The 5 apps I keep down in my dock are the 5 apps that I expect to be there at a moment's notice all the time anyways. It seems weird that they would take the area of my phone that I use the most and replace it with something that I don't know what I'm going to get there. Google's algorithm will be just so great that it does it well.
I disagree respectfully. I only say this because I was completely against the idea when I first got the beta last week. Since I've been using it for the last week, I have noticed it's always spot on. It knows which browser I want to use when I want to use it. It knows it knows what app I'm going to use during the time of day. So it knows that I do a lot of Instagramming in the morning. So I always have Instagram in there in the morning, and then the afternoon.
So it's changing it by type of day. That's crazy. That's
it changes.
That's interesting.
It changes by time of day and usage, like overall usage. So if you're doing, like, let's say I'm extracting some audio and I'm making a little video in InShot to share on social media. InShot and the apps that I've been using in tandem to do all that will appear in that app suggestion doc so that I constantly have easy access to them versus having to go back in the home screen or back in the drawer or even having to go through the recent apps page. So, I mean, again, the only thing that needs to be pinned is the phone dialer. But I guess if you're not using that dialer, then you don't have to worry about it.
Can we take a digression and can we share what is in our bottom row? Because I find that fascinating because my phone dialer is in the lower left corner as well, Flo.
I don't have it pinned right now, but I can show you what my app suggestions doc looks like.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, if you could pin apps, what apps would you pin there?
Oh, usually I pin dialer, whatever browser I'm using, Google Maps, the camera, and messages.
So for me, I've got from left to right the phone dialer, a group of messaging apps, Messages, Slack, and WhatsApp. Then the middle is always the camera. And then Instagram, and then Chrome beta. And Instagram recently moved in there. It used to be Talon for Twitter, but I barely am on Twitter. I'm on Instagram way more often. So I recently moved Instagram down there and swapped out Twitter. So that's how it's been for years. Jason, your phone is in the center?
Yeah. So yes, I always have this is just the layout on every phone that I do. I end up putting the calendar on the left, messages, phone is always centered, Chrome, and then camera on the right.
Calendar, fascinating.
So my app suggestions at present, if you'd like to know what Android 11 beta thinks of me and how I'm using my phone just today alone, the first one is YouTube TV, which is completely accurate because I've been in and out of the latest episode of Below Deck all day today. The second app is Brave, which, yes, I need to change, but there's some movement going on right now. It's my default on present. The Casa app, KASA, that's the TP-Link app.
Smart home.
For the TP-Link devices, and I was just adjusting the light bulb behind me. Instagram, which I've been popping in and out of all day, and the Google Home app. So that's what it's prioritized for me in this particular moment.
Very smart home focused.
Well, that's what I usually use my phone for, which is the little remote for everything around the house.
Yep.